Even if you license or sell your copyright, you still retain moral rights. And moral rights are the right to protect the integrity of your creative work. So for example, if you sold a song that you wrote and somebody used your song to promote some policy or some organization that you strenuously objected to, then you could try to prevent that by exercise of your moral rights. Similarly, if someone took excerpts from your work and used it in a way that distorted its meaning, again, that could be considered a violation of your moral rights. It prevents people from changing authorship without your permission, claiming the work was done by somebody else, or if for some reason you actually published something under a pseudonym or anonymously, it would protect your ability to retain that authorship or that anonymity. In Canada, you're not legally allowed, in fact, even to assign those moral rights. So even if you sell the copyright to your material, you never sell your moral rights, and you always have that protection that someone can't, carve up your work and take a paragraph here, put it out of context, and distort the meaning of what you were trying to say in the original article. Even though you can't assign your moral rights, there are some ways that people taking your copyright can try and get around your protection under moral rights. And that's by asking you to sign a waiver of moral rights. So even though you can't assign your moral rights, essentially they can ask you to sign a contract which says you'll never exercise your moral rights. So regardless of what they do with your work, you can never object to anything they do with it. Now, some agencies will say that that's something necessary for them because they don't want their lawyers to have to get on the phone to you every time they decide to take an excerpt from your work and use it in a pamphlet or in some other way, depending upon what the nature of the work is. If someone is asked to sign a waiver of moral rights, that is something that we would discuss with the authors and whether or not that's something that's advisable to do in a specific set of circumstances. Federal government agencies, for example, will often insist on a moral rights waiver in grant agreements or contracts. Once again, it's not something that we like to do, but in certain situations, the author may not object to surrendering these moral rights.